homeless.
Because that's how white people.
The only logical way.
Because that is the only logical way for white people to undermine people in this country.
It's the only logical way that you can.
Why are there
compare two parties that aren't exactly the same?
Why hasn't any of these white people explained why, even with per capita,
I'll explain.
Fuck per capita, why is an individual white person homeless with 100-year head start?
So the same reason they aren't. I'll explain.
Because here's the thing, Tia.
I'll actually explain.
Here's the thing, Tia. White people decided that along the lines of the 1900s that they could never get away of the stats and they would always look bad. So what they decided to do was to make this magical thing called per capita and go, oh, well,
what?
Well, 2 plus 6 equals 18.
What? Okay.
Because what we're doing here is we have to take the experience and we have to measure it by risk and see people. We have to trick them into believing that 4 to 5 people are 50% more likely to experience homelessness than a white person because we want to seem superior.
Is per capita racist? Is per capita racism?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Only white people created per capita, did they not?
So hang on.
Oh no, they didn't.
But now I can answer the question.
It's not that hard.
Hang on, I can answer the question that she's asking. Why are any? For the same reason in Japan, which is completely homogeneous, there's still homeless people. Even though there's no other.
It's always a pivot to somewhere else.
Hang on.
Right,
White people can never not pivot to somewhere else.
If you calm down for 5 seconds, I can.
Why can we not talk about America? No,
I'm trying to explain.
Bring it back home, boo boo.
Because
white people are always pivoting.
Because even if it was the case, I'm trying to explain. Just give me 5 seconds to explain.
Structures look like, but here in America.
Can you just give me a second to explain this?
But what about America?
Even
what
if
about
America was 100% YT, there would still be homeless people, just like there are in every nation.
But I thought they were a majority.
How are you in a country where you got the GI Bill, you got all the benefits, you had free labor, you had generational wealth, and then you want to pretend that you have any reason to be homeless compared to people who had none of that? Stop it. Per capita is bull. Shut up.
The OK people had the GI Bill too. What are you talking about?
To understand per capita.
We couldn't even live in certain places in less than 1 generation ago. The freedom rides were less than a generation ago. For you to pretend that we had the same opportunities, what bothers people is that you think that we should pull our bootstraps up, even though you had a head start. You squandered your privilege.
The fact that you can't understand per capita suggests you have an IQ sub 85.
I went to school.
That's what that means.
What does per capita have to do with the individual white person who is homeless, even with a 100-year head start? What does that have to do?
Okay, I'll explain. I'll actually answer to this guy's criticism.
So the only way you can do that is which is what per capita.
Yeah. So if it was the case that this country was 100% YT, just like
hold on, man.
Once, just give me 5 seconds here. No, it won't do it.
So. Like I said, my rules earlier.
Literally can't do it. Can't give me 5 seconds.
Shut the fuck up?
Can you shut the fuck up?
I'm going to give you 5 seconds. You're just going to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
He thinks I don't understand per capita.
Is the time per capita? Am I getting per capita time?
Shut up.
Per capita time?
Fluff, what he doesn't understand is per capita.
I'm trying to give my rules. Can you shut up?
Oh, my bad, brother.
They're so stupid.
Right. So if you don't like somebody, right, you can get rid of them for a red and blue boxing glove for 10 minutes, a swan for 30, a galaxy for 45 minutes, or a lion for 2 weeks. Everybody on the panel has the right to counter. All gifts must land on the host in order for them to be valid. Okay, and everybody in the live has the right to play. Django just sent red and blue boxing gloves to get Slim off of here. Slim, would you like to counter red and blue boxing gloves?
I promise that if you make this number go up, they'll stop the live and unmute me anyway. I promise.
Fred, see how easy that was just to shut the fuck up?
Okay, yeah, so I'll go then.
Right.
So the thing is that
hurry the fuck up.
Even if it was the case that the nation was 100% YT, there would still be homeless people, and I know this and can show it, prove it, because I can point to other completely homogeneous. Why can you let me finish 1 second?
No,
no, of course not. You can't. You can't. I can demonstrate this for you. I am, but you won't let me finish. All right. Look, yeah, there we go. Dummies. And what a bunch of idiots, dude. Shut down.